You can't heal from the couch. You got to get up. If you're trying to heal, you got to get up. You got to move that energy. You got to get you got to get out of being stagnant. The worst thing you could do during your healing is bed rot. Now, okay, you could take a rest because your nervous system is going to take a big hit when you are recovering from that breakup, that separation, that whatever you're going through. So once you do, take some time to yourself to rest, not bed rot. Take some time to yourself to rest. You might go through an isolation period. You may go through a period where you don't want to be around anybody. You might not want to go to work because it's going to feel like your world is crumbling. It's not. Look at it as though you were connected to someone energetically. You were really, really connected to this person. You were intertwined with this person. Your energy merged and became one. Anytime you have sexual relations with a person, kissing, they release dopamine in your brain. You are spiritually and energetically connected to a person. So once that person leaves your life, your nervous system has to reset and go back to how it was before that person came into your life. Now, take some time, take a breather to reset yourself. But if you find it being months and months and months on end and you can't get up out the bed, you can't clean your room, you can barely take care of yourself, all the things that you used to do, you're finding yourself not doing it anymore. Now, I want to talk about the difference between ego death and you not wanting to do some of the things that you used to do, for as partying, um, one night stands, drugs, drinking, numbing things that you used to do. But I'm talking about when you just in such a deep depression because of a person. That's when you need to self reflect and get up out of it. Take small steps each day. Get up, take a walk, 5 minutes. I don't care if it's just walk around the block. Cry. Listen to, put your earphones on. Cry, walk, do whatever you can, but you have to move that stagnant energy. When someone leaves you, their energy is still stuck into your body. It's going to come out in the form of crying, um, body aches. You're physically going to get sick. You're going to physically feel like you are dying when you're going through a breakup. Take some time to yourself and then slowly emerge back to yourself. Ground yourself. Slowly come back to the person you was before you met that person. You'll actually become a whole new person. You'll come out better. You'll be a better version than you was before you met that person. But you have to get up and move. I am so serious about this healing. If I knew then what I knew now, well, actually, I had to go through what I went through because it made me the woman that I am today. But my light went out. But if I could tell anybody about my journey of what I went through, I would tell you to get up every day, small steps. Get up out the bed. Go get you something to eat. Try different places. If you always going to McDonald's, go to Panera. If you always going to Chick-fil-A, go to Subway. It's not about your diet. It's just about changing your routine. My light must be dead. It's about changing your routine. You have to get back into the flow of things. You have to get that energy moving and that energy circulating. One thing I will tell you is it's going to hurt to sit by yourself, to be alone, to sit with your feelings. It's going to hurt. You can't bypass that. But hurt is what make you grow. It's like crushing grapes. You can't get wine until you crush the grapes. I'm just going to let this light be. I hope you can see me. It's like crushing grapes. When you have grapes and you crush them, you have wine. It's like being pregnant. You go 9 months, your feet swell, your head hurt, you get these strange cravings. Then you go through all these hours of pain, and then you birth a beautiful baby, and then you look back and you never even think about the pain that you went through because what you birthed is so much greater than what you went through. That's how healing is. Healing is a beautiful process once you go through it. Because I promise you, once you heal your core wounds, your attachment wounds, not just the wounds from the breakup is actually not what's causing the pain. You attracted that person from a wound. So the wound that you're healing is from childhood. It's deep, deep, deep. So we got to stop looking at the other person as they hurt me deeply. Yes, there was a lesson. It was a lesson. It was a reason why they hurt us. So we can crack open the ego and go within and find the person that God wants us to be. Find the woman that God wants us to be. The dynamic have to shift. We have to stop chasing human beings and start allowing things to come to us. Allowing people to walk away. Allowing things to be rebirthed. Allowing things to die, so to say. So God can rebuild them to come back to life. But what I want to focus on is you getting out of the bed, getting off the couch. Stop replaying that story over and over again on the phone with your friends. We have all done it. And when that friend gets tired of listening, we go to the next friend. And when that friend gets tired of listening, we go to the next friend. Or we go to a sister. Or we go to a mother or a cousin. We go to anybody who's willing to listen. But then it starts to be sounding like a broken record. And then people starts to ask, what did you do to cause this? You have might not have been the aggressor, but you have been the allower. And you allowing this person to treat you badly is just as bad as the person treating you bad itself, if that makes sense. There's no victims here when you're going through a breakup. In the beginning, it will feel like you have just been betrayed by your best friend, and now they're your worst enemy. And as your wound starts to heal within, it starts to reflect on the outside. Get up, move that energy, detach that person from your spirit. It's going to take some time. Journal it out, write it out. Take at least 30 minutes a day and go without any distractions. Put your phone up, cut the TV off. And just sit with yourself. And you want to start to feel that aching in your chest, like the yearning, the void, that I want him. When you feel that aching in your chest, that's just God. That's literally God. God is closest to the brokenhearted. When you feel that void, that's not because you miss a man. That's God telling you, I need you to come closer to me. I need you to put me first. I need you to listen to me. I need you to calm down. I need you to recenter yourself. All the things that you can imagine God saying to you as a child, that is what God is telling you. I need you to come to me. Go to God, start with prayer and movement. As you start to pray and tell God, this is too strong for me to fight. Sometimes we can't get over breakups that are deeply, deeply affecting us. When it's a spiritual connection, when it's a twin flame connection, when it's a soul connection, those are the relationships that's meant to crack us wide open. They are not meant to be dealt with in the mind. They are not meant to be dealt with in the physical realm. They are meant to be dealt with in the spiritual realm. And the only person that can help you in the spiritual realm is the Creator, God, the universe, the divine, whatever you want to call it. Call on a higher power for this pain. The pain that you want to go through. You could talk to your friends till they blue in the face. That's not going to help. That's actually recycling the energy of he did this to me, he did that to me. And a lot of people will agree with you because they don't know how to comfort you when you're going through anything like this. So they will agree with you. And that keeps the energy stuck. So once you get that out your system, I'm not going to say that you're not going to go through a phase where you just want to talk, and you want to make your ex look like the bad guy. That's fine. But if you find it going into some months and you find it getting into a point where you're falling into depression, get up. Force yourself. Get up. I'm here. You ever want to talk? I don't care. I am so serious about this healing because it's not as hard as we make it. It's just a journey back to ourselves. These men that we are healing from are just a catalyst. So when you take that face away from that feeling and say, I am hurting, say, I feel a tightness in my chest. I feel an emptiness in my chest. I feel a stuckness in my throat. I feel cramps in my pelvis. Whatever you feel when you're going through a breakup, feel it. It's called feelings. They are meant to be felt, not avoided. Feel it. And as you feel it, you integrate it and it starts to disappear. I ran from my feelings for years. Breakup after breakup, heartache after heartache. And only thing I wanted to do was crawl into the bed and die. And then when I did get up out the bed, I just went out there and met another man or met another person that filled that void. But actually they wasn't even filling the void. They was distracting me from my healing. So that's why the relationships never last, because it wasn't built on a foundation. So once you just sit alone, don't use one man to get over another man. That's the worst thing we could do as a woman. Sit alone for whatever time you need. Sit by yourself. You have to go through these feelings. You have to process it. You have to go through this breakup as a grown woman, not a child. Go through it. Sit through that pain. Find a support partner. I always had that one friend that was like, yeah, girl, I understand. I had an accountability partner. Okay, I'm going to let you talk about this situation for maybe a good 10 minutes. Then we're going to talk about you. What have you done today to heal this? What have you done today to help yourself? What have you done today to change the situation? Because talking about the same thing and doing the same things over and over again is what causes insanity. It's insane. In order to get different results, you have to do something different this time, this go round, this hurt, this pain. Sit with it. It's not as bad as you think. God is closest to the brokenhearted. Let me find a scripture. I'm going to read it to you. Because God is closest to the brokenhearted, and that is true. When you ask God for something while you're in pain, watch how he show up for you. He's not going to give you what you ask for, because you're coming out of ego. So you might ask God, take this pain away. It's not going to take it away like that. You're going to have to sit with that pain. You're going to have to feel it. And once you feel it, you're going to realize that I've been running from nothing. That's why people run from you. That's why relationships run from you, because you're running from your feelings. Sit with that pain. Sit with it. Okay, it's in here somewhere. I'm going to find it. Okay, it says Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit. When you are crushed and you feel like nothing is working, because nothing is meant to work, you're supposed to give that pain to God. Give it to him. Let him hold it for you. Let him be your guide when you're going through this. Every day, get up. Sometimes I was so heartbroken that I couldn't even pray. I'm not even going to lie. I understand you can't even pray, but you can mumble. You can say something in your head. Just say thank you. I know how mad you can get at God when he takes something away that you thought was so precious to you. Just say thank you. Mumble it under your breath. Thank you. When you get up in the morning and when you feel that pain, say, God, forgive me for my sins. Always ask for forgiveness. Forgive me for my sins. If I have offended anyone, God, forgive me. Say it while you brushing your teeth. Say it while you washing your face. God, give me the strength to get up this morning. Give me the strength to understand your plan. Once you start to understand how God works and why God did this, then you'll start to trust him more. And then when you start to trust him more, you'll give him more and more and more of your pain. And every day, the more and more you give God your pain, the lesser you'll have it. Then you start to clear out all that trauma. Then you go deep. And then it's going to be a time where you actually want to sit with that pain. After I really got over the initial shock of being dumped. I don't even know if I was dumped. I can't even say that. Separation, put it like that. After I got over the initial shock of a separation, it was easier as I went along. It got easier and it got easier and it got easier. It's not so much as the pain went away. I started to understand the pain. I started to understand that this is so deep that I have to dig deep into my core. You don't have to remember what traumatized you. You don't have to think back to, oh, when I was 8, this happened. Oh, when I was 7, this happened. Because that's getting into the mind. You don't want to get into the mind. You can't heal the mind with the mind. You can't heal the mind. Let the mind be the mind. You go into your heart. You feel that tightness in your chest. You feel that pain. You dive deeper into the void. In order to get over a breakup, a separation quicker, you go deeper into that feeling. When you feel that, oh my God, I miss him, stop and say, what makes me miss this person? What is it inside of me that's making me miss this person? Because a lot of times we don't realize that the relationship that we was in wasn't so great all the time. But we have our rose colored glasses on, and we overlook the red flags within the relationship. We overlook our own red flags. So of course we're gonna overlook the red flags in a relationship. It's a trauma response. You want to take something that's broken and fix it. We've been doing that for years. It's time to start fixing them. Fix yourself. Everything will fall into place. So get up, move yourself. Every day, do something small. If you don't have a journal by now, buy one. Get your journal. Books I suggest that you read when you're going through healing is Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Myers. Healing the Soul of a Woman by Joyce Myers. Trying to think off top. T.D. Jakes' The Crushing. That was really, really, really good. And that helped me understand how important my connection with God is during this period. God already knew you was going to go through this before he gave you this battle. The reason why God gave you this battle, because you're strong enough to handle it. I always thought, why did God give me this battle? Why did you give me this journey? Why did you give me this mission? Now I couldn't even live life without it. I can't even imagine life without this mission. And now I'm starting to understand my purpose. And I'm starting to understand the purpose of what I went through, because I wasn't getting it. I wasn't getting God. I wasn't getting what God was trying to show me. Now I get it wholeheartedly. But what I'm telling you is it gets so much better on the other side. You're not stuck. You are actually in the process of healing. Even the thoughts of you thinking that you're stuck is a natural process that the ego wants to tell you. The ego is dying and it's trying to hold on to the last little bit of energy that it has. Once the ego quiets, then your soul purpose comes on. Then your intuition comes on. Your feminine energy opens up. Then you become magnetic. You become bright. You start to smile again. You start to shine. But when I tell you, when you heal, it's magnified times 10. You become a woman that you never even thought possible. That's when you become inner. You become one with your inner self, your higher self. When you become one with your higher self, the relationship doesn't even take priority. The breakup doesn't even, it's literally like the thing in the past. You don't think about it. You don't idolize it. You don't analyze it. And watch how that energy disconnects. from that other person, because now you're connected to your higher self. When you give that space between you and the other person, that's when the other person starts to kind of start wondering, like, Dig, you know, I kind of messed up, or whatever they think. I don't want to get your head all like, oh, they're going to come back. That's what we not. We want to disconnect from outcome, but just watch how you magnetically start to pull in exes as you heal. I'm talking about exes from high school going to be in your DMs hitting you up, then exes from college, then exes from your 20s and 30s. It's like they just come in the order that they left. I don't. It's just the craziest thing ever. But keep going. It gets better, I promise.